Before I was playing AFLW, I had a personal experience with poor eating habits, and I went through quite a mental battle with my eating and how I wanted to look. I think I have an obligation to make sure that I do speak about it and I do help those other girls that are coming through or girls that are dealing with those same issues. Growing up in Denmark was a really good childhood for me in terms of that country town feel, and growing up with my brothers, and it was all about sport, and I loved that, and thankfully I did all right. Every night of the week there was a different sport to be played, so that was pretty much my childhood and I loved every minute of it. When I was told I couldn't play footy anymore because, I'd hit that age of 13 and girls couldn't play with the boys anymore, I was disappointed not to play, but I guess at the time it was such a normal thing that I didn't really think too much of it. And it's exciting now that I get to help young girls who want to continue playing through, and they can, because there's girls playing and pushing boundaries and making it available for girls to pretty much do whatever they want in the sporting world. Before I started playing AFLW, I was around the age of 21 to 23. I didn't really realise at the time, but when I look back now, I definitely see it as having a mild eating disorder just due to social media impacts and the pressures that are on young females to look a certain way. And being in that AFLW space and being around young athletes, I see those tendencies come out in young girls, and a part of my duty being a senior player is to help those girls through that and to get the best out of themselves. I have the education behind me to know that I'm here for performance, not for aesthetics, but I do see those young girls that come through and they're now getting drafted at 17, 18 years old, and I think the senior players but also the staff around us have an obligation to sort of guide those girls and make sure that they go down the right path. I do a little bit through the club, educating young school groups of young girls, and then also in my own teaching, whether it's coaching a young girls footy team or things like that, talking about the differences that you're going to see, and that social media is going to represent one thing, but it's not realistic to what is actually going to be in your football team or in your sporting team or in your school group, whatever it is. The earlier we can educate these girls on the different things that they're going to go through, the more likely they are to succeed through that. Hopefully I do have a few more years left in my career, but I think when I do retire, I hope that I've sort of helped to push boundaries and open up a easier environment for those girls coming through. But I also really hope that girls are judged on exactly how they're performing, more to do with the game and how their physique helps them in their position on game, instead of just purely basing it on aesthetic or appearance. I think it's really cool to see young girls, but also young boys, seeing AFLW as something that's always been there. It's not an abnormal thing to see women out playing footy. So I'm just really excited that everyone's pushing together for one goal.